Welcome back to a Sound Flick podcast episode. And we are back with episode 55.
55.
Wow. 55 was one of my favorite channels growing up.
55.
It was the food channel.
Oh, makes sense. I mean, I did too, though. But yeah, episode 55. It's quite a milestone.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's quite a milestone after 54.
Just wait until we're at 155.
155.
We'll get there, guys.
Or 355, all those. But in this episode, we're going to be talking about a lot of movies that have came out and that we've recently seen. It's been crazy like this. It's literally like a wave of movies that just like crashed.
Pretty much the end of
theaters.
summer blockbusters. Yeah. We're going to talk about all of those that have come out. And we got some good ones.
Yeah, there's some good ones. There's some, I mean, for the most part, they're all pretty decent movies, like nothing that you would, I guess.
I haven't seen anything on our list I don't think I would call any of them trash.
Yeah.
They've either been really good or they're like a good watch.
It's been a good batch of movies for sure.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. I've enjoyed going to the movies to watch them.
I miss the movies so much.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I think I went, because I never used to keep track, but now I'm like, damn, I just went to the movies last week. Mm-hmm. I'm here again.
I got to start setting aside a movie budget again.
And now I'm going next week.
I literally just went today.
Yeah. So yeah. And I was going to go yesterday too, but I just didn't. So yeah, it's just been a lot that I've been wanting to see in theaters. And some things, come out HBO Max. So I'll just be like, maybe I won't spend some money in theaters.
Right. Because I'm already paying for HBO Max.
Yeah. Might as well. Unless it's a movie worth it, like The Suicide Squad.
Hey,
you go. A lot of people I know saw it at home. A lot of people didn't even know it was on HBO Max.
Really?
A lot of the friends that I went with, we went to go see the theaters, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't wait to watch it again on HBO Max." And they're like, "This is on HBO Max."
Why am I here?
They're like,
why am I spending $15?
And then I asked them, "Did you not enjoy it?" They're like, "Yeah, I did." So I was like, "There you go." Maybe it added something to it then that you wouldn't have been able to get at home. And I think I bring that up a lot.
Yeah.
Watching a movie in theaters is way different than watching it at home.
You're more inclined to pay attention.
Yeah, even then, it all depends on the movie because sometimes you'll just be inclined to watch it at home too, but you're more likely to get distracted and it'll ruin the experience. But nonetheless, we are going to jump into some quick news. I think we just have one thing, and it's very important because it has to do with movie delays.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, we're back to movies being delayed.
I want them on delay, not on delay. Am I right?
I'll give you that one.
I'll let it pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one
good
pass.
Word
hey, yo, it's your boy.
But some of the movies, they're kind of notable. Some we've been waiting for a long time, and then some, I kind of don't care for. At least two of them. Mm-hmm. But Ghostbusters Afterlife got delayed. I think to sometime this year.
It has Paul Rudd in it.
It has Paul Rudd in it. And it has Wolf. What's Wolf's last name?
Wolf
the kid from Stranger Things?
Hart?
His first name is Wolf?
His first name is Wolf.
Finn. It's Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard. No, there we go. My bad.
Oh, I thought what was his full name?
Finn Wolfhard. My bad, man.
Yeah, Finn
That's
Wolfhard.
a pretty badass actor name.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're like a child star, you're just bound for greatness if your name is
Finn Wolf.
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard. Yeah.
It's like Hardt.
Oh, okay. All right. Good for him.
He's a star. Okay. But Ghostbusters is delayed twice already, right? It's the second delay.
Well, the first one was because of COVID.
Exactly.
And this one is because of COVID. And most of the movies that did get delayed are like Sony or Paramount movies. Mm-hmm. So Paramount is just like, hold up, like I don't think we're gonna make money if we put these in theaters.
Right.
Because I think what they're anticipating is a shutdown. Because another movie that also got delayed was Venom. Well, it was never really dated.
Yeah, it just got pushed a little bit more.
It got pushed within a season with no specific date. That's what we talked about last time we saw the trailer.
They just keep saying it's coming out in the fall.
It just says coming soon. Like they haven't been putting. But I think a lot of people are either anticipating another shutdown or they just want things to be back to how they were, because not every movie has the pull to bring people to theaters.
Exactly. They're waiting for other movies to
like Top Gun Maverick, like who was like, I can't wait to go see
Not for Top Gun.
Maverick. Yeah.
Now if it was another Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, that got delayed.
Yeah, and and Mission Impossible is a fan favorite. Obviously, they're on Mission Impossible 7, so obviously there's people watching.
It's just everyone's so fire, bro.
I'm just waiting for Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious to have their crossover.
Oh yeah, that'd be fire. It pretty much is.
Bring Tom Cruise into Fast and Furious, and
I'm surprised.
It would make sense because Tom Cruise doesn't have family. He needs a family.
Oh, I like that. I like where you're going.
He needs a family.
He does need a family.
And then another one that not many
probably
people
get them all into Scientology.
I don't know if people are. I don't know if people are really anticipating Jackass Forever.
I'm anticipating.
I'm
Jackass
not trying
forever.
to see a 50-year-old Johnny Knoxville get shot out of a cannon. It's okay.
Yeah, and then I heard Bam isn't a part of it. So
Bam Margera had one of the biggest. It's not. I can't blame him because of the death of Ryan Dunn. But after his best friend died, it just spiraled out of control.
It hit him the most. It was his best friend. Like, they were connected.
I used to watch Viva La Bam.
It's
on
just
MTV
sad
too.
that like he got a restraining order from the set when they were making the movie.
Yes,
like that's how bad it was. And you know,
I remember reading something saying like he gave them jokes for or like skits and stuff to do for
like
the
movie,
stuff they
do, right?
And then out of nowhere they're like, yeah, we don't want you a part of it. So he's like, I hope I don't see any of my skits or my jokes in the movie. You know?
I mean, he probably will, and he's gonna try and sue, and then it's just gonna be this whole thing.
Yeah, but movie delays, they suck because as far as we know, these are the ones that are delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if other movies will be delayed? There's tons of movies that we're trying to see at the end of this year. And we don't want another one of those, like, all these movies get pushed to next year and then there's like 30 movies or 20 movies coming out in the span of like 2 months. You know, that's a lot to digest, and that's
a lot for my wallet.
Not only that, it can hurt other movies.
Y'all getting movie gift cards
because there's priorities that people are like, I'm gonna see this movie before I see this movie. And sometimes people never even get to it.
So in other words, wash your hands, wear your mask, and get vaccinated if you need to get vaccinated.
Yes,
because we need to get this COVID thing out of here so we can actually go back to the movies. Yeah.
Aside from COVID, I know I didn't put this like in the schedule, but can I surprise you guys with something?
What, you're positive?
Get out of here. Get the keys. Get them ready for whatever he's about to say.
No, I forgot to give these guys to you guys. These things.
What? We just got some Blockbuster cards.
I went to Bend, Oregon. A couple months ago, and I went to the last Blockbuster in Bend, and I got my boy some membership cards.
This is dope. Oh, thanks, man.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah, did we see you after that trip?
Nah, I don't think.
You saw me after the trip.
We did the last 2 episodes.
I just found it in my luggage because I finally cleaned out my luggage after like a month.
Damn.
But I brought it to you guys.
Super cool.
Blockbuster members.
We are some Blockbuster members.
Membership,
guys.
BenBlockbuster.com.
Crazy.
Not sponsored.
Some more movie news. Idris Elba just got casted as Knuckles in the Sonic sequel.
He did.
I just want to say this confirms what everybody has been thinking.
That Knuckles is black.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I saw like, I don't know if I sent it to you guys, but it was like a rendering of Idris Elba as Knuckles. But you know how the original Sonic
when it was super trash.
Trash. They did it like that. And it looked hilarious because it was like Idris Elba's just transformed into Knuckles.
It was like an anamorph.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my goodness, why would they do this? But it was hilarious because
so I guess I would say just on a scale of 1 to 10, just the way to mark it, what do you guys expect Idris, like, how do you expect his performance to be as Knuckles?
So is Knuckles gonna have like a British accent?
No.
Nah, he doesn't always have a British accent.
Idris has a really good. He has a really good American accent.
I imagine it like that.
He has a really good American accent.
I think it's definitely gonna have the growl. I think it's gonna have the growl that's like to it.
And I expect them to modulate his voice some way, shape, or form. I expect them to mess with it, like when it comes to after the movie, like post production.
Yeah, of course.
It definitely, I don't know what kind of Knuckles we're going to get. Like, are we going to get, like, big Knuckles, or are we going to get...
I have high expectations, so I'm giving him a 9.
Has he voice acted before?
He has, I believe.
I don't know. That's a good question. We should look that up. We should do some research on that.
Yeah, because he was in... No, I don't know. Was he in Invincible?
No, he wasn't in Invincible.
I would just think because all those names.
It sounds like he would have been, but... I don't know if he's voice acted before.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
But I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a first for everything, and he's a very coveted actor. You know, he's done.
He played Fluke in Finding Dory.
Fluke.
He was the voice of.
He was the tiger
in the Jungle Book.
In the Jungle Book.
Yes,
that's right.
He was also Chief Bogo in Zootopia.
Zootopia, I do see that.
And he was he was in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3.
Ain't nobody care about that.
I care about it.
That's cool.
Derbs cares about it, right, Derbs? Derbs doesn't care about
you
it.
Hear crickets because Derbs doesn't care about it.
Derbs cares about it. He's just not saying it.
But no, okay. So I'm excited for that. Those are some good. I guess movies.
I agree with Noreik when he says he's gonna have like a growl. There's gonna be a certain like raspiness to the voice.
Do you think he's gonna actually growl? Or...
I would hope not.
I hope not. He's an echidna still. Echidnas don't growl.
That just puts my expectations even higher for when they cast Shadow.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to knock it out of the park. Like now, they've set the bar.
That's what I'm saying.
The Sonic universe is gonna be crazy.
Shadow after that,
I would hope just like one of the original voice actors of Shadow. I don't want like a big star.
Personally, I would love the original voice actor of Shadow from the game.
Yes,
that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
if they did do somebody. I can't even really think of
an actor. I can't think of an actor off the top of my head that I think would kill it as voice acting Shadow. I need the original voice actors from the games.
Yeah, and the thing is, they could do that, but nobody. I mean, people know them, but nobody knows them. Like once you hear their name, like, oh, I know exactly.
That's fine because that's just going to bring awareness to them.
Yeah,
which is true.
Which they should get.
But my expectation would be is the studios won't have to pay.
Who is the studio? Is it Warner? It's not Warner Bros, right? Who's the studio for Sonic? Is it Paramount?
It's Sega. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
yeah.
As far as the movie rights, I think it might be Paramount.
Yeah, we got the fact checker over here checking, but I think it all depends on the studio because, yeah, I don't know. They kind of almost messed it up, and then they happened to save it. So
it was all marketing ploys.
Yeah, and then they even wanted. Who did they want originally as Sonic when they casted him? It was I can't even remember.
It wasn't as Sonic. It was as the
no.
The
it
cop
says the guy
now.
as the cop character. Yeah.
It was supposed to be Chris Pratt.
Okay.
It was supposed to be Star-Lord. And then he fumbled the bag. He did something else, and then
he didn't really fumble the bag. I mean, great for James Marsden, but I don't think he really fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
Not with the Sonic movie. Like he's
you never know. You never know. As far as we know, the next Sonic the movie is gonna be the greatest film we've ever seen.
I mean, it's up there with one of the greatest animated films for sure.
After we bullied
Detective
them.
Pikachu? After Detective Pikachu?
I don't
know.
The
Smash Brothers universe.
I put it before Detective Pikachu.
Oh, okay.
That's just me.
That's fine.
Also, Disney is reviving the cult classic. Yes, The Rocketeer.
They're actually going to show the original Rocketeer at the Frida Cinema sometime this month. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been wanting to go there, but there's not really anything right now. I was thinking of that, but I was like, do I really want to go watch Rocketeer?
You should. Why not?
It would be cool. I've never been to the Frida. I mean, I pass by it all the time when I'm down there, but
keep your local theaters alive.
Yes, especially them. They need it the most.
I'm speaking into existence, boys. We're gonna own a theater one day.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with that.
Just so you know, just putting it out there.
Yeah.
No, it's possible. I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to.
I want to be the ticket guy.
No, you don't.
I do.
You can get a job right now and be the ticket guy.
Well, yeah, but it's not my theater.
Oh, you want to be the ticket guy at your theater?
Yeah, my theater specifically.
But you're still going to be doing the same job.
Yeah, but it's my theater.
So you think your customer service is going to be different because of yours?
Yes. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna be happy working for somebody else making $12. Be happy for myself making $12 an hour.
Oh gosh.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, once you own the theater, you're not just making.
I think it's because the local theaters I go to, like I forget the original guy's name for the Krikorian in Redlands, but he passed away last year, and they're actually working on making the street that it's on named after him.
Really?
Yeah.
Super dope.
That's cool.
And then there's another guy that at the Harkins in Redlands that I'm at. His name is Joe. Bro, literally every time we go in, he has a pun for the movie you're gonna go see. So, for example, I went to watch Shang-Chi, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, Shang-Chi, Theater 3." Just so you know, that movie has quite a ring to it, or should I say, 10 rings.
Damn.
So that's where you get your jokes.
That's why I want that job.
That's why you come in here with all of that nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
You get it from Joe.
Got it.
From Joe.
Got it. You hanging out with Joe. You've been hanging out with Joe.
You knock, you laugh, you mock.
He's adding a
your
extra experience.
Yeah.
My nieces and nephews, your kids are gonna love me.
Okay. Joe wakes up and thinks, how can I get him to come back?
Joe loves his job.
How can I get sincere back here?
When we get a theater, we'll hire Joe. How's that?
Yeah, because usually...
No, it's my job.
Usually the person who rips the tickets, they're like, enjoy your show. So I'm usually like, you as well? And I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, actually. It always comes out bad. They didn't even scan my tickets today. I went like so early to the movie theater.
They didn't care?
Like, they don't care no more. Walked in. They're just like, hey, you here?
What happened to theater etiquette, guys?
No.
It's out the window. That's one thing we're going to change when we have our theater.
Yeah.
What do you mean by theater etiquette?
I mean, you just have to really care about being at the movies.
You got to rip it like you care, the ticket.
I don't want our movie theater to be an entry-level kind of job. Like, I want full movie enthusiasts to be working there.
I want people that are just as passionate.
Absolutely.
That's what the Frida does. The Frida has volunteers, but they're usually people that really love movies and films. So that's the people that usually work there. Obviously, somebody owns it, but they keep it open for the community.
Hey, we should volunteer at the Frida.
Yeah,
I'm down to volunteer.
I have thought about doing that. I just haven't got around to it.
I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it. A Soundflick Volunteer Day.
Just so y'all know, our theater's also going to have an arcade.
Oh, yes.
All theaters, well, not all of them.
Not all theaters have arcades nowadays.
But majority of them do, and all the games are trash. So, like, we got to do something else.
We're going to have dope-ass games. We're going to have great arcade machines.
We're going to have an Xbox in there and a PS5.
Oh, God. We're for sure going to have, like, one top-of-the-line, like, pinball game.
See, I feel like it'd be better to have, like, a lounge area where people can go and sit and talk about the movie that they just saw.
Yeah.
Instead of an arcade.
And then get a drink after.
We should set up, like, a sports center type setup.
Yeah.
And then have people there like live podcasts happening in the theater and being able to invite up those people to come up and talk while they're.
Well, there'll definitely be a podcast room in our theater for sure, where we can have that live audience.
Are we gonna live there?
No. What are you talking about?
Okay, my bad.
Getting a trailer like you're on set. All right. Well, I think that is it for some quick flick news. And now we're about to get into the meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes
episode. We watched 5 movies. I watched 4 movies, but I think most of us saw 4.
Skywalker just likes to always gloat about how many movies he's watched.
No, I mean, how many? You guys watched all these, right? Pretty much, except for like 1.
Yeah,
I think we all watched like 4.
I didn't.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
All right. Well, we'll start off with the one that you guys seen because I didn't see it.
See how you get flex?
Yeah, no, right?
No, yeah. So Free Guy. I think it was a highly anticipated film because it's Ryan Reynolds. At this point, any Ryan Reynolds film is basically Deadpool without a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's gotten typecasted as that type of.
Not only that, but he came up. He helped with the screenplay, I believe, and basically when they made this film, they just thought about Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, I feel like that as an actor, you have 2 paths that you want to go. You either want to never be yourself, or you want to figure out a way for you to just be yourself in every movie. You know, you have like someone like Denzel, for example, who's like he's himself in every movie. Like you have someone like Christian Bale, who he turns into someone else every single movie. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think Ryan Reynolds is now he made his choice. He said, "I want to be me at all times," and all these characters just turn into
very, very snarky. Can also be very serious, but also just very enjoyable on screen, no matter what.
He has a dark comedy,
He has a dark sense of humor.
A dark sense of humor for sure.
But it's just a very sarcastic sense of humor.
Yeah,
it's very easy to blend those two together. But he's just very sarcastic.
Was the movie R or PG-13?
PG-13.
Yes, PG-13. It was only had about they exercised their amount of F words that they can use.
It's only one,
but it was PG-13.
Yeah, it's only one per movie.
Like a limit on F words?
Yeah, there is a limit.
I did not know that.
No, yeah, PG-13. It's only 1 F word.
I thought it was 2.
I think it's 1, unless he paid like an extra mil.
Yeah, probably. You probably have to pay more for it, but I think that you can only get one pretty much. They had like 1.5 in this movie because they kind of cut it before you say.
But
Yeah,
I feel you.
And then
I was gonna say fire truck,
right? And then just no gore.
no gore. I expected that. I mean, for a video game movie, I didn't really expect gore.
I thought, to be completely honest, I thought the movie was gonna be trash.
I thought I didn't go in with high expectations. I was blown out the water.
Yeah, I was really taken aback by how deep they made the movie, because it's okay. So the movie is about an NPC, which is non-playable characters. Right. So the people that whenever anybody plays a video game, the people you usually shoot at or talk to, or the people who make up the world and the lore that you're playing. And this NPC basically deviates from his assigned programming for reasons that are revealed in the movie. And he discovers that he can do whatever he wants in the movie. But it has that's what it seemed like when you just watched the trailer. But it has a lot more heart than that. It has a lot more meaning and just like
interesting.
The character development in this movie.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And it's crazy because he's just he's an AI.
So it's like the Tin Man, like the movie.
Sure, if you want to
have
a better term, sure.
So just think about you playing GTA or something like that, and just pick a random character in GTA, and all of a sudden that character starts to develop like himself and his own story,
his own emotions,
yes. and living up to the game, and starts playing the game, but playing the game in a different way because he obviously cares about everybody else that people destroy all the time and don't care about.
Yeah, so, that's what I got from the trailer.
Yeah, it turns into a really good film. It's like a slight love story, and
it's two stories in one. It goes from the people that created him. Because the whole Taika Waititi, he's the villain in this movie. He is the dude that runs.
He's ridiculous in this movie.
He's great in this movie, bro.
He?
Jojo he's basically Korg. Yeah. He's just Korg in human form.
Yeah, pretty much. I was hoping for a different, voice, but he was doing the voice of Korg. That's all it was.
What's funny is they promoted it with Deadpool and Korg. The people.
Yeah,
and those are the two.
Without it saying it, bro, this was a Disney movie.
Yeah,
it is a Disney movie.
That's what made it so. That's also what made it cool. Kind of. Is that I think because this was the last Fox movie.
Yeah,
that was they bill it as that. It's the last Fox movie before the merger, but they probably filmed more scenes once Disney acquired it because they ended up pushing it back, and they incorporated Disney things into it that made it even more of a Disney movie
without saying it's a Disney movie, without promoting it as a Disney movie.
Exactly.
It has one of the best cameos that you wouldn't expect.
You'd say the best? I don't say it's the best, but it
was a great cameo.
Yeah, I mean it was fantastic.
I don't want to ruin it for Skywalker, and I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't seen it yet. But
yeah, it would. I loved that they had rights to music that Reeves, you wouldn't. Oh no,
I wish if it was.
We would definitely say that. They had rights to music that you wouldn't think that they had rights to play in the movie, and I was like, oh, that's awesome! That's super cool that they did that.
That's cool. I feel like
it was great.
I feel like Disney is going to do that and create their adult movies under Fox. Just be this is ours, but we're just gonna say it's a Fox movie.
Everybody knows Disney or Marvel rated R movies are top sellers.
Mm-hmm. Well, basically what they'll do is they'll reference Disney within an adult film.
Yeah.
Or not an adult film, but within a film that's, either PG-13 or rated R. And that's how you know that Disney's involved, because you're not going to pay Disney for something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? No. So if they're able to do it, then it's like, okay, Disney's involved in this movie in some sort of way. Because it's just cool that they're able to do that now.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's like seeing both worlds collide, and you're just so happy about it.
Is it on the level of Ready Player One? Because that's what I wanted to compare it to.
It's completely different. It's not as serious.
From what it looks like.
It's not as serious, and it's not as many owned properties. Right, it's just subtle nods and subtle things like music or certain items that you would see in a specific video game and stuff like that.
Yeah, it definitely has a Fortnite, GTA kind of feel to it. It's for open world feel. You have all these missions. You got stuff that you cycle through. There's stashes and people got to level up and
was there
get all these different
Minecraft
types of
references? Because I remember seeing posters for several video games that were like Free Guy video games. Like Free Guy, but it's like a parody of the video game poster or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you when you watch the movie, you'll see certain items and certain things from specific video games or So you'll enjoy it. I give the movie an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I give it 8 out of 10.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at us agreeing for once.
Yeah. No,
it's a good day, y'all.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Very
probably
surprising.
This week.
Good length, funny, heartwarming video games.
Not only that, Steve Harrington was in the movie. So Steve from Stranger Things.
Ah, okay, Steve.
Stranger Things, long hair.
The guy who played.
That's him.
Yeah, that is him.
Oh,
Noreik's like 9 out of 10.
Yeah, from Scoops
No.
Ahoy, ladies!
He doesn't. It doesn't go up. Go up because of that. But
8.5.
No, right.
8.25.
Shout out Channing Tatum.
Nice. Channing is in it.
Why'd you bring up the?
That's not the surprise cameo.
It's
you're
not.
talking about.
It's not.
Okay.
I think he's in the trailer though. Channing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
you're right. But still.
All right, so it sounds pretty good. I'm watching. Hopefully,
check it out.
Else
Go watch Free Guy if you like video games.
Yeah, another movie is a comic book movie that we're going to talk about. And came out
August 6th.
Yeah, August 6th. So it's been a minute. And by the time this movie comes, it's been a minute since it's been out. But hopefully you caught it either on HBO Max or theaters. I blanked out for a bit. But the Suicide Squad, the reboot or remake or whatever they want to call it.
It's like a re-sequel.
Yeah,
a sequel boot.
I don't know what it is because I guess it is a reboot because they kept like 4 characters.
Yeah, but they kept the story, like the lines, the tethered lines are still there. So like the mission that they did in the first Suicide Squad happened.
Yeah,
but it's not quite a sequel.
Yeah, it's not quite a sequel. It's very interesting.
I like the approach of the Suicide Squad being the team that they choose for this specific mission.
The ones that are expendable.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like you can make all kinds of Suicide Squads without making them sequels because the team will always change.
Yeah.
Right. No matter what, it's the Suicide Squad because if you leave, you're dead. Or if you go through with it and you end up dying, then you know what you signed up for. Or again, you didn't sign up. We're forcing you to do this mission.
Yeah.
They're putting a bomb in your brain.
In the back of your neck.
Yeah. The movie, I mean, was a pretty decent movie. I didn't really know what to expect because of the bad taste that got left.
I just want to say it grew on me.
By the original one.
Right.
I wouldn't say the David Ayer one because there's supposedly a cut of his that didn't get released and people want them to release the Ayer cut.
Everybody wants the director's cut now.
Well, yeah.
Freaking Zack Snyder.
When you create a movie and then you give it back to the studio and then you go watch it and it's not your movie, like I think even the director will want the director cut.
I feel it.
Obviously. But
yeah,
it's not always up to them.
You know, I didn't realize even growing up how important a director's cut really was.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I remember seeing DVDs and like
theatrical cuts.
Theatrical cut or director's cut, and I wouldn't think much of it. You know, just be all right, whatever.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't realize how important or how, like, I didn't really understand what a director's cut was.
Yeah.
Until I got older and really fell in love with movies and understood, like, the directors have all this extra footage and all this extra things they wanted to add to it.
Yeah.
That they didn't have control over because the studio made them change it. So it's nuts because I just use that comparison for like record labels and it comes to stuff where we see like albums that all these songs are supposed to be on it and the label didn't want those songs on there. So
but apparently
or features or stuff like that.
Apparently this film with James Gunn now being at the helm, he didn't get any pushback from the studio. The only thing that they wanted is Harley Quinn to stay alive,
which everybody wants.
You know, but pretty much every single person was on the chopping block. They had a crazy cast of amazing actors and them playing these villains.
It was definitely a step up. Like I said, the first one felt like a movie with just hella like what is it, like notable songs cut into it, And this one didn't feel like that, you know. It felt a little bit more like a movie rather than like, all right, here's something. Here's they're introing a character. They're just gonna put some random song, and then here they're introing another character. So they're gonna. It's like a montage. The last one really just felt like a huge montage with no story, and this one felt a little bit confusing in the beginning because I did not know what the hell was going on, and then immediately it was like, oh, okay. That's not the original. That's not the Suicide Squad that's going to be in this movie type thing.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. There
was like
having an actual
B team. Yeah,
it was like a real suicide mission.
Yeah.
Like it was, we're all gonna die right now.
Yeah,
and it kind of made sense because when the movie was first coming out and I saw all the characters that they were gonna have, I was like, okay, they're not going to be able to develop all of these characters.
Right.
Like some people are going to die early, and then it's going to go into the actual movie.
I mean, when the movie started, I looked to my friend and was like, "Yeah, all these people are not going to survive." And he was like, "What?" And yeah, they just all died. I was like, "Wow, that was."
The jump.
I was like, "That's quick. What the hell is going on?" Like, I really wanted to see that guy, like Savant, in the movie more.
Yeah,
so sad.
TDK Mongrel looked kind of cool.
TDK is still alive.
Wait, what's your name?
Yes, I did see that.
TDK? How do you spell that? TDK.
What does it mean? It's just TDK. Who I am. It's just
my name.
It's me. It's my name.
Your letters, your name's letters? All names are letters, dumbass.
Yeah. No, that movie was cool. And then
that was fire.
Even I forget his name. He went out with Ariana Grande. What's his name?
Pete
Davidson. Yeah. He caught it first.
I thought he was gonna be throughout the whole movie too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just was like, "Hey, I brought him over here," and then just dies.
Yeah, you know what would be cool is I hope that there is another version of the movie where like some other people die and then they accomplish like the mission with those people. Yeah, I feel like there's an opportunity for that. Like that would have been really, really cool because you just get different teams that like completed the mission and other people that died. But I don't think that exists, or we'll see that. I wanted Captain Boomerang to stay alive, but
it bums me out, man, because
he's killed him again. Though that's what I thought was hilarious because they're like, "Hey, we did bring back Captain Boomerang," so I was like, "Oh, they're actually."
He never died in the first one.
He never died in the first one.
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah, he blew up because he was trying to escape.
In the very first Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Nah, I thought that was the other dude, the
Vato Loco.
No, that guy survived to the end.
Nah, not the fire guy. The other, it's another dude who like I can't think of his name right now, but I don't think that Captain
I don't remember
Boomerang
Captain Boomerang dying.
I don't remember him dying.
I thought it was him that was dying. He was like trying to escape, and then they just like, all right.
No, it was another dude.
No, it was Boomer convinced him to escape.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. I know what you're talking about now, like the Indian dude.
I think so. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I mean, they killed him off right away. Even though they did bring him back, like they're like, all right, because
yeah,
I don't know, it was weird, but
that whole opening. So the movie grew on me because the first opening scene pissed me off.
Very confused.
Yeah, like I said, it was just confused.
I was so upset. I was like, are you kidding me? And I thought it was like Savant having like a daydream.
Dream or something.
I thought it was like a daydream.
Mm-hmm.
And then they killed him, and I was like,
yeah.
So this is real?
Yeah.
You keep like, yeah.
And which I like because it's like it goes to the name, the Suicide Squad. They just all died, and that's pretty much what it is. But I really like wanted to know like some of their powers, like Pete Davidson's powers,
right?
But I feel like a lot of them had similar powers to the point where like you just can't miss. That's their power. They just don't miss type thing. And I feel like that was Savant's power, Bloodsport, Peacemaker. I forget who else, but pretty much just people that just don't miss. You know, I'm like, why is there so many people with the same power and different name? Like, what the hell?
They're like, yeah, so we got to kill them. That's why.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, it was just the intro of the movie that really just confused me. But as it went on and they went into the jungle and we saw more character development from the polka dot. What's
Polka Dot Man?
Polka Dot Man.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid name.
You throw polka dots at people? I love the whole bit about him and his mom.
Nah, it was very like dark, like Polka Dot
That's your
Man's.
mom.
Like his whole story was super dark.
Yeah, and he was like he had like interdimensional powers or something.
He got
he actually had
injected.
powers.
Yeah, I love the where they went into the origin. Like his mom was a scientist at Star Labs, which Star Labs is huge in the DC universe, and he basically caught an interdimensional virus. Yeah. Like that's crazy because people don't think about the repercussions of something like that actually happening, and we got to see that. And is him and his sister, right? Which we don't know if she's alive or anything like that.
Yeah, she could be.
She could be, but
they did reference it, so we'll see.
He has to expel his polka dots, or else it will consume him and kill him.
Yeah, no, that was pretty gross. Like seeing, and then I like that it was practical effects. You know, the practical makeup, like. I mean, you can tell in the movie, like while watching the movie, like that's not CGI. Yeah. You know, they probably add like the glow and stuff for the CGI, but as far as it being on his face, like
it's like weight on his face.
Yeah, that's you can see him trying to hold it up and stuff. And it looks really well done, which I enjoy. And I love that actor. He's really coming up in comic book movies. He's in Marvel, Ant-Man. He's one of
OG and
he's like T.I.'s friend and
oh yeah, and
Michael
and
Pena's
Ant-Man.
friend, and Ant-Man.
He's
and
part of that crew.
They're like the goons or whatever for Ant-Man.
But you also played a schizophrenic in Batman, the Dark Knight.
Nice. Yeah, no, he's dope. I really like him coming up, and I love to see him as the Polka Dot Man because his actual character in real life reflected the character as the Polka Dot Man. Right. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. And then Harley Quinn, pretty dope. As always.
I mean, I still stand by it. I think Harley Quinn is one of the best casted DC characters in the whole universe that they've created so far. Yeah. You know, it's just Margot Robbie is spot on.
Yeah. I love the way they did her scenes. It was very like John Wick-esque a lot of the times. Like just the one-shot fights and she's actually doing the stunts herself. Yeah. And you know, it just looks insane.
Killing it.
And that's exactly like the part when she's escaping. That part really reminded me of John Wick. And then there's music going on too, but the music, she can actually hear it, which I thought was dope. So she's just like going with the music and it's just spot on. And
because she's crazy at the end of the day.
So. Yeah, she's crazy.
Not only that, but she had the javelin.
Well, the part where it goes like into the flowers, because at first it's just bullets and stuff, but once it goes to flowers, like you're in her head. That's what she sees when she kills people.
No, that's the javelin.
What?
The javelin does that, right?
No,
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. Because she didn't grab the javelin until after she like saw it bright, like it like glowed.
Well, she had the javelin the whole time.
Yeah, the javelin the whole time.
She's carried it.
I swear that's what the javelin did. The javelin.
No, I know. But she found it like halfway through the fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did have it though, but she found it again because they took it away from her and then she found it.
I thought that was like the whole thing, like the javelin's what brings up the flowers and stuff.
No, that's just what she sees.
Oh, okay.
Like to us it's violence, but to her it's
bliss.
Yeah, it's bliss. It's
poetic.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. But shout out let's talk about our main guy.
Bloodsport, Idris Elba.
He became a leader.
He did become a leader.
He became a leader.
He said he didn't care, but he did care.
He does care.
He does.
You think that he was better than Will Smith's Deadshot?
Oh yes. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, his gun was basically in his suit.
Yeah,
I mean they made Will Smith bald, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I mean, we've seen Will Smith bald before.
You didn't like that he was bald?
We've seen him bald before. He was bald in I Am Legend.
I just don't like the shape of his head. I don't know. Okay. He needs hair on his head. Some people just don't have well-shaped heads. I'm one of them.
I didn't know that you were judging his acting ability by his.
I can picture Noreik bald. Noreik bald with a beard.
Probably, yeah, I could do it.
But I mean, he probably looks good.
I don't think so. I think my head shape's a little weird, but so I feel you, but I just don't think that's
and
like a judge of his.
No, he was too much Will Smith more than Deadshot. I think
it wasn't a great casting.
Well,
at least
it's the same.
At least
effect.
for that character.
For me, it's the same effect as Ben Affleck. Like I'm looking at Ben Affleck, I'm not looking at Bruce Wayne, and it's
just smoking the cigarette, just tired. Like
I just get the same kind of vibe. So Idris Elba, I mean, because you've never, well, not even that's not really true. It's not because you've never seen Bloodsport, but
part of it.
I just feel like. Well, because you never seen Deadshot either, but it was just
cartoons.
I don't know. I just felt like that that he embodied the character better, I guess. It was just like a better fit all the way around. I honestly would have liked Will Smith to play Bloodshot. Or Bloodsport, sorry, instead of Deadshot.
Yeah, they have so many like shot carry Deadshot.
Well, everybody's shooting in the DC universe. Like that's all they do.
Not everybody has powers.
Yeah, Deathstroke, Bloodsport, like they all have like the same power. Just don't miss. And Peacemaker, which another surprise. Yeah, it was another surprise. I did not expect a John Cena to go off in this movie at all.
It was definitely a highlight seeing John Cena embrace his character, and there's potential for him to be that for the rest of his acting career.
Yep.
You know, because we saw a different John Cena in Fast 9, but who he was in Peacemaker and what that show is going to be.
Right.
I think that it's him being him for real. You know,
yeah, because
he can.
I was talking about this with some friends. I feel like John Cena had to insert himself, like with kids, because he was like the most wished Make-A-Wish. Like when kids would make a wish at the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they would be like, "I want to meet John Cena." So he had to like kind of be for the kids,
right?
And then he went to Nickelodeon to, you know, just kind of make some money there, but obviously that's a kids network. So for the longest time, I think he did want to break out of that, but. You know, when the kids look up to you, you kind of just, you're not like going to be like,
well, not only that, like, his kids, those kids have grown up, or kids that have watched him.
Yeah, exactly.
When he was in Nickelodeon, have grown up. And they're around our age.
He was a wrestler of a generation, and, you know, he kind of had to.
John Cena has a gold rap album. Keep that in mind. This man is a man of many traits.
He's John Cena, because people love John Cena.
Exactly.
You know, it's just off the strength of the name and the memes
but I knew he really loved this character and took it serious when he did his whole press run dressed as this character.
Oh gosh, yeah.
He did every Kimmel, every
day,
Fallon,
like
dresses.
he tapped into his inner kid or his inner self, which could be him being a kid.
I can see him being a super big goof in real life.
Yeah, so I love to see him come out and just kill it as Peacemaker.
Yeah, I think that he's decided that this is the type of actor that I'm going to be. Just back to what we were talking about in the beginning, it's like you either find a character where you can be that at all times, or you keep changing. Like someone like Batista, who's also a wrestler, doesn't want to be typed as one. Or it was one character.
And,
he wants
Batista
to act in
got
so
lucky because he wasn't the wrestler of a generation. He was people knew him, but he wasn't super iconic. As we stare at Sincere. But yeah, and then we got Sylvester Stallone.
Bro, King Shark. King Shark is so great. He was everything I wanted him to be. But also, you guys saw the trailer already of the video game that's coming out, right?
Yes.
Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League.
Yes.
So I can't wait for King Shark to become smarter, because obviously he becomes like way smarter.
He's a little bit different in the video game. He has more brains.
Yeah, and that's what he's gonna end up being anyways in the DCU. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
because it just means more.
I didn't know it was Sylvester Stallone until I saw the credits, and I was like, I can hear it now.
Yeah, but yeah, and then you hear it.
Who do you guys think won the duel between Bloodsport and Peacemaker in that scene when they were killing everybody that was supposed to help them save the village?
Who won?
Yeah,
I would say
the
Peacemaker.
part had me so dead.
I was pissed. I was pissed at that too.
How come they didn't alert me that you were here? I was like, oh god, they just killed them all.
No, yeah, it was definitely Peacemaker.
It was comedy because like
who one upping everybody? I don't know. Like Bloodsport set some dude on fire.
Yeah.
But Peacemaker
all he
explode with the compression bullet.
I love the Bloodsport weapons. Like they're a part of him, you know. And he can transform that gun into
a bigger
gun, and then he has like
his gun has DLCs.
His crossbow arm. I was like, this is so dope. I love this character. And then
it is a really dope suit. It's probably up there with like the top suits that we've ever seen.
The only thing that sucks is he does run out of ammo, you know, like it's not
infinite.
Yeah, it's not infinite like an Iron Man suit.
But if he had Iron Man tech, it could probably be infinite. If it was like nanites or something like that, it could
like
be
nanotechnology.
Who would win in a fight, Bloodsport or Deadshot?
Deadshot, technically, because Deadshot's accuracy is just
never
ridiculous.
Misses,
Well, he can shoot people without being in.
Think about
the
it like this: Bloodsport didn't kill Peacemaker, so I would say Deadshot. Because Deathshot would have killed Peacemaker
for sure, and Deadshot would have shot Peacemaker not from dropping down. He would have shot him from up there already. Like he would have found where he needed to go to ricochet.
I wonder if Bloodsport didn't kill him on purpose, or thought he killed him, or just wanted to wound him.
Smaller bullets.
I think he just thought. I think that he couldn't have killed him without getting shot himself. Like his point was to shoot the bullet, and wherever that landed, like that's why it grazed his neck, because it's from the right hand of where he's shooting, you know? So it was just one of those things where I have to shoot this and I can't shoot you because I'm going to get hit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I have to block the bullet. Whatever happens, happens. That just makes sense. And, you know, he's not going to go up and be like, all right, you're already down.
Exactly.
I'm not going to go over there and kill you.
He should have double tapped him. Always double tap. That's like Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah.
101.
It's etiquette.
Yes, it is.
Double
the
maybe in a zombie movie, yeah.
Anytime that any shooter should watch that movie and be like, okay, I'm gonna double tap.
If I ever shoot somebody, I'm double tapping.
Yeah.
Like, I need to make sure you're dead.
Such overkill, though.
Yeah, we just went to a dark place, but I'm with you.
A lot of times you want to conserve ammo.
You know,
like I said, he's running out of ammo.
You run out of ammunition very quickly. See, a lot of people don't understand that, like, you
double tapping.
Like, I don't, you know, we've been to the range and like shot. Next thing you know, it's like, oh snap, I'm out of ammo already. Like, I've only been shooting for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
for real.
I just want to let y'all know, if the apocalypse ever happens, I'm double tapping y'all in case you change.
All right.
Oh, because I want
you mean a zombie apocalypse, right?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah. All right. So, given that, it was a really good movie. We don't want to talk about it anymore because there's still so much going on that we don't want to spoil. 7.5.
That the Tinkerer.
I did like the twist.
He was useless.
He was useless, but I did like the twist. I didn't expect there to be a twist in the Suicide Squad movie.
What twist?
That it was the U.S. all along.
Oh, I could expect that. You always expect that it's the U.S.
I expect it now.
I just, you know.
I expect it now. I'm just too lazy to get citizenship anywhere else.
But yeah, I give it a 7. I did like the music as well.
7, 7.5.
6.5.
Okay.
6.5.
That's good enough. You saw it at home?
I saw it at home. Yeah.
No, I saw it in theaters.
I saw it in theaters too. I enjoyed it.
6.5.
And then we'll move on to some other titles that we've seen. I don't know. Did you guys see Don't Breathe too?
No, I did not. But I watched the synopsis and I heard it was better than the first.
Yeah, it was better than expected. I wouldn't say better than the first. I liked the first one a lot, but I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be a prequel, and then I was like, oh no, this is a sequel. But then I'm like, there's like a chunk missing of the whole story, so it's like they just show the movie. It almost feels like a part 3, and then the next movie is going to be like a part 2 in the middle movie.
Gotcha.
So it ties it together. That's kind of what it feels like.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty much just the old man. If you've seen the first one, you know, he's blind. He's a Navy SEAL, so he's really good at tracking you down, setting traps, and you know, he's just gonna go off his environment because he's blind and his senses are heightened. So, you know, it's just because he's blind doesn't mean he can't see.
So basically, he's Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, he's also a dolphin because he has sonar. Just kidding.
He's Daredevil.
Yeah, there you go.
A Navy
Not
SEAL.
Entirely blind. Yeah, exactly. But in the movie, there's a lot of action in the movie, which I loved, because in the first one it felt more thriller and that they couldn't fight back. But in this one, the people he was fighting were fighting back, so it was a little bit more of a challenge for him. A lot of the movie took place in his house, and then it took place in a gym, like a rundown gym. So the movie takes place in Detroit, so a lot of the neighborhoods are empty. You know, just empty houses, empty schools, empty buildings in general. So the people that live there are just living there because they have nowhere else to go. Mostly everybody in that place was homeless, and the old man is the only one that had a house. So, and then the people come, and what they're trying to do is kidnap his daughter, the daughter that he kidnapped from them.
What?
Yeah. So pretty much he kidnapped their daughter, but it was because the house caught on fire because it was a meth lab, and he just happened to be there, and he took the daughter and raised her, and then the guy who was in the meth lab ended up surviving and had to.
He wants his daughter.
He wants his daughter back, and
it's his biological daughter.
Yeah. So it was weird. They were both the bad guys.
Yeah.
It was just a movie about two bad guys, and
so you couldn't just knock on the door and be like, "Hey, pal, you saved my daughter from this meth fire. I really appreciate."
Well, he raised them as her own,
Still,
so the daughter didn't know that.
The daughter didn't know.
Got it.
Because he would lie. He wouldn't even let like the daughter leave the house because he had somebody who would bring groceries and whatever he needed. So sometimes she would take her out, but he would let it be very limited so she wouldn't go out into the outside world until she was old enough to. But yeah,
how
he
old
never
is the
told
daughter?
her. She was like, I'd say she was like 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was she was up there in age. She was very smart, and he pretty much taught her how to survive, how to fight, how to run, how to hide, and it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed the movie.
Does she get any kills in the movie?
Yes, she does.
Sick.
She does. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those movies, where there was nothing really at theaters that time.
And like it's a cool watch.
And
I've seen the first one.
From the first one, it was more like a thriller, So this one was more like a action.
Okay.
So they really flipped it from kind of like a horror type movie to an action movie, which I was like, okay, might as well go in a different direction if you don't want to continue. Because if they would have did exactly what they did in part one, I probably would have hated it because it's like they did this already. So
yeah,
it was cool that they went up themselves. I wouldn't say it was totally amazing, but
it's better than expected.
It was better than expected.
What do you rate it?
I give it a 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same as Suicide Squad. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the same as Suicide Squad, huh?
Yeah, same as Suicide Squad.
Not the agenda.
I wouldn't. The thing too. It's hard to like. I wouldn't say I would compare the movies, but I felt the same. Leaving the movie, both movies, I enjoyed it enough to talk to the friends that I went with and everybody else saying that it was good enough. Not everybody wasn't like, yeah, I wish we didn't watch that movie.
Okay.
So I give it a 7, borderline a passing grade.
Okay.
So
all right, what we got next?
Next movie, we've anticipated it's semi, but Candyman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you guys both watch it?
I watched it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. I watched it yesterday. I enjoyed it. It was very quick, only 90 minutes long.
Okay.
I was hoping for way longer.
It was quick.
So it was just very fast paced. The kills were cool.
I love the shots.
The shots are great. The shots are great, especially with the whole mirror aspect where the Candyman's only in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. You can only see Candyman
exactly, you can see him in the mirror. So those kills, I love it because obviously we know like it was either shot through like either CGI or like through an actual two-way mirror or one-way rather. But I wanted to ask. I mean, we kind of already touched base on it, but there's a lot of social injustice undertones in this movie. It's very social injustice driven.
Really?
The first one was kind of like that too.
Yeah. So, do you guys feel like that's being overdone? It doesn't take away from the movie for me, but I know we talked about it kind of last time because I think what's that show that's out right now where like that family moves into like the white neighborhood and they get like terrorized?
Oh,
we just talked about it a couple episodes ago.
I think is called.
So yeah.
So yeah, but again, this is very social injustice driven.
Yeah, it's not as
it's not as driven.
Well, I think we talked about that. That's the new horror genre, or it's social horror.
It's social horror for sure.
It's like trying to figure out like what's the most anxious that you can get a person before killing them.
Before
and trying to
make a monster.
Trying to get the audience to feel anxious because no one's really scared of a monster anymore because we've seen all the different types of them. For the most part, you can't get too crazy with it. They've done the demonic thing,
right?
And so now it's about all of like not trusting the people next to you, and not having these kinds of
for the most part, it is kind of a sequel to the first one,
right?
At least it takes a lot of like aspects from the first movie. And
so you actually see Candyman?
Yes, it's within the same storyline, same actor, right?
It's same actor who plays Candyman?
At the end. Because he says it in the movie, he says it in the trailer. I forget his name.
He's
his
like trying to
name.
groom him into a new one, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. So the guy who's trying to groom is like the laundromat guy. And I don't know how he happens to groom him. Everything seems like it just kind of happened. You know, nothing seemed forced. But the guy says Candyman isn't one person. He's the whole damn hive, which is why they show the bees, because the bees represent every person that has been technically Candyman or some person that they've killed in history due to racial violence in that same spot over and over. So it's like the stain just keeps getting stained over and over, and eventually just rots. And it created, I guess, an entity of sorts. I'm not entirely sure because they don't really touch on it too much. At first, it's kind of like a folklore, Candyman. Like you only hear about who Candyman is. Nobody really talks about him. Nobody really cares.
What my only thing is, as well, is they don't really deep dive into that story. It kind of just, all right, this is the folklore, but it's also very, very real with the social injustices. Yeah. And the original Candyman died because they thought he killed, he was giving razors into Halloween candy for like little kids.
Yeah, but ended up not even being him, but they killed him anyways because he was giving out candy. So they're like, oh, it's that guy. So they just killed him, no questions asked. And then next week, there's still razor blades and candy. So it wasn't him. So they just killed him unjustly. And because of that, you know, I guess he kind of, like I said, they just keep killing him in the same spot.
He just started coming in and killing kids.
It's just kind of like he haunts the place. And not only that, it's just been so many deaths. All those people are starting to haunt it in a sense. And they all just become Candyman and stuff. So, yeah, and then it comes to some guy that wants to revitalize his art career because he keeps painting the same thing over and over, and he finds the story interesting and gets sucked into it too much and starts living the art.
But what ends up happening, he's doing research, he gets stung by a bee, and then throughout the whole film you start seeing his arm progressively getting worse and him becoming Candyman, where of course it's kind of like expected, where they kind of showed in the film. It basically, his hand rots off and then he has to put the hook.
Yeah, he pretty much summoned Candyman back into the community, pretty much. And he had a whole art exhibit and with the mirror, so people started saying it and people would die immediately. Some of the scenes, the first scene was in the art gallery, which was pretty gruesome.
It was pretty sick. I like the way they did the kills.
It was sick, actually.
Literally.
The way they killed him. And then one of the scenes that I really liked is when he was in that lady's apartment. She was like a critic for art.
She was an art critic. The dude that owned the gallery where he died, she wasn't interested in the work until that person died, and like, oh wow, now his work means 10 times more because someone actually died right in front of his art exhibit saying Candyman.
Yeah.
Right. And then she does it.
He dared her. He's like, say his name. I dare you. And she's like,
and we don't see her do it on screen.
Yeah, she doesn't say it on screen, but he leaves the apartment, and then the camera is like zooming away from the apartment, like from the outside building, and you just see him leave the room, and she's like trying to like stop him, but right as soon as he closes the door, you just see like
she gets again.
The hook picks her up, but you can't see him because you can only see him in the mirror. But the camera just keeps zooming away as you just see like her body like float with
so he's dragging her face with his claw against her window, and you just see her getting dragged, and then she just falls to the floor.
Yeah,
so that was probably the best shot in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the shots were very interesting and kind of try to make you uneasy. The intro shot is, you know how usually in movies they go through the city and you can see the city from the bottom down and you just see cars and stuff. Well, this time they did it from the bottom up, so you can only see the top of the buildings, and they made the shot upside down. So it looked like a floating city coming out from the clouds. So it just made you feel like super uneasy. And it was like at an angle too. So it was, I don't know, it was really well done. I also thought it was going to be directed by Jordan Peele. It is still a Jordan Peele original because he wrote the movie, but he had somebody else direct it.
Right.
And
because he's working on Nope.
Well, maybe that one is also just a monkey paw production. At this point, I feel like he's getting directors to make his movies for him, so that way he can just keep writing and pumping them out, you know, as far as I know, at least, because this is one of the movies with Jordan Peele's name that he didn't actually direct.
Overall, I like the way they set up where they're basically setting up this guy to be the next Candyman for future movies. I'm excited if they
Yeah.
do a sequel.
I don't know if they will because
I don't think they will,
Jordan
but
Peele has yet to do a sequel.
again, you never know. But again,
It's still early in his career. Yes,
it's still very possible.
Yeah, I don't know if it made enough money for a sequel.
Yeah. And horror movies hardly ever get sequels. But this one, like I said, is kind of
the most that gets sequels.
Yeah, I feel like they're the most. I would like tell it to Chucky and
well, yeah, but
Michael
those are kind of like iconic.
Conjuring.
Candyman's very iconic, I feel.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this one kind of is like a sequel, like I said, because they do take a lot of aspects from the first one. So
overall, though, I give it a 6.
Yeah, I'll give it another 7. Like I said, I just left the movie theater.
Suicide Squad,
Suicide Squad, huh?
Most movies, I just enjoyed them coming out. So
okay,
I think that's just gonna be like my base one for today.
What is Skywalker 7?
Lucky 7, huh?
7. But this next one, I did not give a 7. So I guess it won't be 7, 7, 7.
Go ahead and touch base on it because I didn't watch this film.
Yeah, this one, it was not advertised as much. Called Reminiscence. Had Hugh Jackman. I was really stoked because it seemed like a Inception type movie or something of that sort, because you go in your dreams and you can see your memories, and he just kind of helps people live in their memories so that way they can have nostalgia, because it's from a world before a war. Now, there was a war that happened, flooded the whole city. A lot of people lost family members, limbs, their mind, and the only way they can, go back and enjoy their life is through this machine that helps you see and live your dreams again. And it was just a very slow movie.
Gotcha.
And it felt more drama filled than I thought, because I thought it was gonna be action all throughout, kind of like an Inception.
Was all the action in the trailer?
I don't even remember the trailer. So yeah, I would say there was hardly any action.
Would you say you wouldn't reminisce about this film?
I wouldn't. I would not reminisce about this movie. But I mean, overall, I kind of enjoyed it. I saw it at home. I did not. If I saw it in the theaters, I probably would have hated it. But the fact that I can watch it at home in the background, it was cool. But yeah, I probably give this one like a 6.
Not a 7, huh?
No, not a 7. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. It's cool to see him acting still.
I just need one more Wolverine appearance. That's all I need.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
That's all I need.
And we'll see if that happens. All right.
It'll happen, bro. Ryan Reynolds will make it happen.
I'm
tired of seeing them hang out and then not make it happen.
Ryan Reynolds or Kevin Feige?
Both.
Who owns Marvel again? Or not owns, but runs
Ryan
it.
Reynolds does.
All right. And then we will end off this episode on some streaming suggestions. And if you guys watch any of those movies and want to talk about them, let us know. Comment on our post when we post about them, or message us, because, yeah, I mean, we still probably have more to talk about, but we don't have enough time.
Yeah, also give us some suggestions on movies. I think it'd be kind of cool to like nitpick the films you guys give us. I say nitpick just because I'm a jerk, but it'd be cool to kind of just watch films along with you guys and then just, be able to compare, contrast,
we'll
stuff like
we'll
that.
actually watch them. I know some people give me something
to
I
watch.
can watch, and then you recommend and they don't even reply or never say that they watched it. It's like, why would you say that if you're not gonna watch it?
Why would you ask me? Anyway, so let me start off. So I just want to say, rest in peace, Ed Asner, the voice of Mr. Fredricksen from Up. But my streaming suggestion is Dog Days on Disney Plus. It's a short series based around Mr. Fredricksen and Doug the dog from Up.
Nice.
Super dope. It's about like 10 to 15-minute episodes, just about Doug, about like him getting into some mischief with like squirrels and puppies but
it's like a short.
It's a short, but it's a whole season. It's about 5 episodes, I think.
Dope.
Super dope. Be sure to go watch that.
It's Pixar, right?
Pixar, yeah.
Pixar has a lot of cool like short stories on Netflix. They have Toy Story ones. Oh yeah,
it's just cool because you get to see what happens after Up, and pretty much all it is they
or just little separate stories.
He just buys a house afterwards, and it's just him and Doug just living. That's it.
Nice.
So be sure to go watch that. Once again, rest in peace, Ed Asner. I would love to live to be 91.
Yeah,
that's
a very long life.
Yeah. So shout out to my boy. Rest in peace.
My streaming suggestion. I'm gonna change it. I had it written down here, but first of all, I just want to say rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. We just got the news that the actor who's been in Lovecraft, he's been in The Wire, he's been in, you recognize him when you see him. He was in NBA 2K.
He was.
He's a really, really great talent, and it's really sad to see that that he's passed. So my recommendation is to go watch The Wire on HBO. It is the first, I would say, like viral TV show that everyone was like, okay, this is crazy.
Right.
Like where people started watching it all together. It's just one of those shows. Probably will go down in the top TV show like of all time,
right?
As far as drama series are concerned. So definitely, I say go watch The Wire, and then if you want something a little bit more cheery, because The Wire is a little bit about drugs and FBI and all of that kind of stuff. You want something a little bit more cheerful, I definitely say go watch Ted Lasso on Apple Plus. It is hilarious and just such a great show.
I love that people are starting to jump on the Apple TV wave
Plus.
because they have a handful of good titles.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reason people didn't tap in before was because it was only a few of them, and then what am I going to watch now?
Yeah, it's definitely starting to grow. Ted Lasso is about a coach from Kansas who coached a Division II football team all the way to the championship, who now accepts a coaching gig in England for another type of football, for a soccer team. And it's just really, really great. Like his Southern charm, Southern hospitality. In London is just hilarious.
Yeah, I've yet to see that. I was actually
really, really good show.
I was actually gonna get an Apple TV subscription again because, like I said, I was watching stuff on there and then I finished, so there was nothing else to watch, so I canceled my subscription. But now I see that there's some new seasons of shows, and I want to see Ted Lasso, so I'm gonna hop back on that bandwagon.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
And then mine is a survival show on Netflix.
Bro, I've heard about it and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Naked and Afraid, but it's different from that. In Naked and Afraid, they actually drop you off in the wilderness naked, and then you have to fend for yourself.
I've heard about that. It's crazy.
But in this one, then you're not dropped off naked. You're dropped off with a list of items you can pick from in the Arctic.
It's only up to 10, right?
Up to 10 items, yes, okay. off the list. If you have them, you can bring them, and if you don't have them, whatever. But a lot of them are to help you survive, like cut wood, hunt for animals, build shelter, cook. Because you got to keep your weight up in the Arctic, especially if you're hunting for your own food, and you got to boil your own water to pretty much purify it so you can drink it. You got to build shelter because the winter is about to come, and if you freeze to death, you will lose on the show. So pretty much the point of the show is to make it 100 days in the Arctic. And the person who makes it 100 days wins $1 million. So there's a lot on the line, and everybody on the show is pretty much a self-titled survivalist thinking they can make it. And I'm on the episode where winter just started, where it's snowing all the time now. So this is the point where we're gonna see who can fold and who can survive and keep their weight up. So what happens?
Someone needs to back out.
Warm.
So someone needs to back out. What happens? They're like, yo, I can't do this.
They have a satellite phone. They're like, all right, I'm tapping out. And then the people that are picking up aren't too far. They drive a boat because they're all near the water. Okay. So you just drive a boat and pick them up wherever they are, and then take them.
And are they monitored at least?
No, they're not monitored.
Damn.
Yeah. The way they shoot the show is each contestant has like a GoPro on their chest, on their head. They have to carry a camera around. And the way they get charged is the people just drop it off by a helicopter every night. And they just drop it off in a location.
Drop off a new battery or something?
People have to go get the batteries and put the old ones in there, and then just record everything that you're doing.
That's crazy.
At all times. So it's like extra weight, extra clutter, extra noise. So it's hard to survive when you're carrying a camera that you have to record yourself, and then you have to, if you see like food that you want to hunt, you got to put the camera down and shoot them with a bow and arrow, or set a trap or something. It's so crazy, the show. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, but when $1 million is on the line, I'm pretty sure people will do it.
I don't know. No. I don't know if that's worth $1 million.
No, it's not worth $1 million for me.
How many?
They live very simple lives, though, those people, you know. So they just, 1 million lives for them will change life. You know, just build a house, and if you're already a survivalist, if you're calling yourself a survivalist, you're gonna build it as minimal as possible. I
tap out day one without video games. So,
sheesh, some dude tapped out because he couldn't create fire. Yeah. And it wasn't even snowing yet. It was just cold. It was just cold and wet. And he's just like, I can't do it. I'm out. It was like 4 days in.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And right now they're like on day 35.
Yikes. So, that's like Survivor, but on crack.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are our suggestions for episode 55. You guys make sure and go to your local streaming service and check some of these things out, and make sure and hit up your local movie theater to check out some of these movies. Love talking movies with you guys. As always, this episode is powered by Productive Culture. If you would like to start a podcast yourself, go to productiveculture.com/podcast.
Hey.
And tell them the Soundflick Boys sent you.
That's us.
That's right.
Let them know.
And yeah, this is it for episode 55. We appreciate all of you guys and hope that y'all have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Peace.